Namaste. My today's script is a very special one. I will tell you the moral of this story after I've done the story. So, a short story for you. And the story is the title is The Bride, the Groom, and the Love. So, it's all about the love today. They were getting married. It was a large celebration. All of their friends and family came to see the lovely ceremony and to partake of the festivities and celebrations. A wonderful time was had by all. The bride was gorgeous in a white wedding gown, and the groom was very dashing in his black tuxedo. A few months later, the wife comes to the husband with a proposal. I read in a magazine a while ago about how can we strengthen our marriage. She offered. Each of us will write a list of the things that we find a bit annoying with the other person. Then we can talk about how we can fix them together and make our life happy or happier together. The husband agreed. So each of them went to a separate room in the house and thought of the things that annoyed them about the other. They thought about this question for the rest of the day and wrote down what they come up with. The next morning at the breakfast table, they decided that they would go over their list. I'll start, offered the wife. She took out her list. It had many items on it, enough to fill 3 pages. In fact, as she started reading the list of the little annoyances, she noticed that tears were started to appear in her husband's eyes. What's wrong? She asked. Nothing, the husband replied. Keep reading your list. The wife continued to read until she had read all 3 pages to her husband. She neatly placed her list on the table and folded her hands over top of it. Now, you read your list and then we'll talk about the things on both of our lists, she said happily. Quietly, the husband stated, I don't have anything on my list. I think that you are perfect the way you are. I think you are perfect the way you are. I don't want you to change anything for me. You are lovely and wonderful, and I wouldn't want to try and change anything about you. How beautiful it is, isn't it? I don't want you to change anything for me. You are lovely and wonderful, and I wouldn't want to try and change anything about you. The wife, touched by his honesty and the depth of his love for her and his acceptance of her, turned her head and wept. In life, there are enough times when we are disappointed. Please remember, in life, there are enough times when we are disappointed, depressed, and annoyed. We don't really have to go looking for them. We don't really have to go looking for them. We have a wonderful world that is full of beauty, light, and promise. Why waste time in this world looking for the bad, disappointing, or annoying things when we can look around us and see the wonderful things before us? I believe that we are happiest when we see and praise the good and try our best to forget the bad. Nobody is perfect. Remember, nobody is perfect, but we can find perfectness in them to change the way we see them. Always remember, you can never find a perfect partner to love you the way you wanted. Only a person who is willing to love you more that you are. Always remember, you can never find a perfect partner to love you the way you wanted. Only a person who is willing to love you more than what you are. Someone who will accept you for what you can and can't be. And that's even better than perfect, isn't it? And that's even better than perfect. I believe we are happiest. I believe we are happiest when we see and praise the good, when we see and praise the good and try our best to forget the bad. Agree? I have written this script because on my trip to India, I had this conversation with my brother, whose colleagues have told him that marriage is a setback to the career and life. It's not true. That's what I was trying to tell him, that it depends upon the partners. If they think that their marriage was a setback to their career, it was about them, not about the whole world, not about him. Marriage is a beautiful relationship. Love is beautiful. We just need to accept our partner the way they are. Please do not look the bad in them. Try to look the very best in them. Love them the way they are. If you are loyal to them, you will get loyalty back as well. That's the moral of my story. Thank you very much. Namaste.